Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. How you all? Good. Big smile. Give me a smile. Yeah. When you are in the classroom, you have to smile. And you out there watching me, please give me a big smile as well, right? Cheers. Okay, we are going to start with a little overview of IELTS. What is IELTS and all 4 modules of IELTS and what is inside each module, right? So IELTS stands for International English Language Testing System. Okay, so it's International English Language Testing System, and there are 4 modules in IELTS: eating, sleeping, drinking, and dancing. No, what's the first module? No, first module is listening, right? We go naturally, naturally when a baby is born. So the first thing is listening. Listening is the first module. Then, no, naturally it is speaking. Yes, you are right. Naturally, if we talk about that, it is speaking. But in IELTS, after listening, we have reading. Then writing. And speaking can be before or after, because that is conducted separately. Your listening, reading and writing will be conducted the same time, same place. Okay, now I would like to come over there, right? So first of all, we are going to talk about IELTS listening module. Okay, as far as IELTS listening is concerned, there are 4 sections in IELTS listening, 40 questions, and the level of difficulty increases. Section 1 is easiest one. Section 4 is the toughest one. Okay, and there are like 10 questions in part 1. It's always simple. You're writing a mobile number, you're writing a color, you're writing a city name, place name, and all that. Part 2, 10 more questions. There we have multiple choice questions, matching type of questions, map. This is common. Then we have listening part 3, 10 more questions. And part 3 is what I call dinosaur. Okay, dinosaur. Why it is dinosaur? Because IELTS listening parts 3 and 4, they are educational. So when things are educational, automatically they're discussing research, technology and all that. So it becomes a little difficult. In part 3, we have multiple choice questions mainly, and along with that matching. And then we have part 4. Part 4 is a lecture. Like I'm talking to you, somebody is delivering a lecture. You have to listen to that lecture and answer the questions. Okay, so this is listening part 4. Then we have reading module. And reading, which module is the toughest one in IELTS, according to you? It's the reading one. For some people, it is speaking. For some people, it is listening. But for most students, reading is the toughest module. Why? Because there are 3 passages and information is technical. It is, research based and all that. And you have to answer 40 questions. But once you develop your understanding, it is going to be fine, right? In IELTS reading, there are 3 sections. Part 1, there mainly we have true, false, not given and sentence completion. Then we have part 2. In part 2, the common question type is the list of headings, which paragraph contains the following information, sentence completion. Then we have multiple choice questions. And finally, part 3. In part 3, this is the toughest one, by the way. In part 3, we have matching, where you have to match researchers with their statements. Along with matching, we do have summary completion, yes, no, not given. So these are the question types. This is all about reading. Now we discuss writing. In writing module, there are 2 tasks. Task 1, are you academic or gender training candidates? Academic. All academic, your gender training. So academic writing, task 1 is report writing. They will give you some graphic information and you have to write a report on that. And gender training writing, task 1 is letter writing. You have to write a letter. And task 2 is same for everybody, and that is essay writing. You have to write an essay of around 250 words minimum. Okay, these are 2 tasks. And finally, we have speaking. IELTS speaking. And in IELTS speaking, there are 3 parts. First part is basic. Examiner will start your speaking test by asking you your name and your hometown and some basic questions. And then afterwards, they will ask you 5 to 10 questions in speaking part 1. Then speaking part 2 is called cue card. They will give you a topic, 1 minute time. You have to read the topic, write down some notes, and after 1 minute, you will have to speak on that topic for 1 to 2 minutes. So this is speaking part 2. And then we have speaking part 3, which is called follow-up questions. In speaking part 3, they are going to ask you some follow-up questions which are related to the topic of speaking part 2. Okay, so this is all about IELTS. Now, important thing is you need to make a kind of a timetable, that how am I going to deal with 4 things. For example, you are here in the middle, listening, reading, writing, speaking. So first I do listening, then I will do writing, or then I'll do reading or whatever. So you need to make your timetable. I would advise you that you can combine listening and reading together. I mean, when you do listening, right after that, do reading. This is how you can train your brain. In actual exam also, they are going to give you first listening, then reading. So whenever you practice listening, do reading with that afterwards, okay? And then you can practice writing, and along with writing, you can do speaking, okay? So like this, you can practice, but make your timetable. If you are free enough, then you can have all 4 modules on daily basis. But if you are busy, then 2 modules per day, 2 modules next day. And if you are extremely busy, then 1 module one day, right? And if you are more busier than that, then leave IELTS, okay? Then do something else, okay? That's the thing. Now, you need to make your timetable. For example, if it is listening, you should know that every day I will do 1 listening test. First, practice test, test yourself. What is your level? Where do you stand? And all that, okay? Then after that, you can do, investigation of the same test. For example, if there are 40 questions, out of 40, 20 answers are right, 20 are wrong. Now, why are 20 answers wrong? What is the right answer? Where is the right answer in the audio? You need to do it like this, okay? And for reading, I would advise you to do 1 test independently. First, do a test on your own, and then after that, you can investigate that test. By the way, we are going to give you the access to our website, asadyaqub.com. We have the website. On the website, we have solved tests, Cambridge IELTS books 11 to 20, academic and general training, listening and reading. So you will find all the tests there. First, you take a test on your own. For example, if you have 25 correct answers, so you can just watch the video of wrong answers. For example, my answer of question number 20 is wrong. Drag the video to question number 20, see what is the explanation, and like that, okay? So for reading, every day you need to test yourself. In listening, when I take a fresh test, new test, what is my score? In reading, when I take a new test, what is my score? Okay. Writing is simple, and it can be even simpler than that. We have a book on writing. In the book, there are sample answers. Read 1 essay and rewrite it. Okay, don't write on your own. Don't say I will write essay on my own. No. Just read and write. Read and rewrite. When you read and rewrite, when you reproduce something, obviously you learn. And when you practice without reading any essay, and you say I will write 1 essay every day, that's a waste of time, perfect waste of time. So whatever you want to write, by the way, the book we will give you tomorrow. In that book we have essays, and these essays are on common topics which usually appear in actual IELTS exam. There are almost 100 essays. So if you read 5 essays every day and write 1, read 5, write 1. So after 20 days, you will have completed 100 essays and you will have written 20 essays. That's perfectly all right for your writing. You don't need to learn grammar, vocabulary. When you read sample answers will give you grammar, vocabulary, everything. Okay. So this is all about writing. And for speaking, we have this book. And this book contains 130 tests. Total tests. 130 complete tests. And now you need to start. For example, you have your IELTS exam after 2 months, after 3 months. So you can do 2 to 3 tests a day. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3. Okay. And once you're going to go on, find your way. Now, some of you may have 8 to 10 hours a day. You're just doing IELTS, you have nothing else to do. Then you need to start your day in the morning with a cup of coffee and listening. Then after that, have your breakfast and then do reading. Then take some rest. After a couple of hours, you can do writing. And at the end, you can do speaking and the day finishes. So if you do it like this, IELTS will not be difficult. IELTS is only difficult when you do not practice, when you don't know what to do. I mean, you are preparing for IELTS and you don't know what to do, then IELTS will be difficult. But if you know what to do, then IELTS will not be difficult. Now pick up your tea, coffees, please. Come on, pick it up. And say cheers to me. Cheers, hey, don't drink. First cheers. All right. So cheers, okay? Thank you so much, right? Thank you so much, all the best, and hopefully this video is going to be helpful. Now I'm going to start the class, IELTS Master Class, and it's a wonderful winter morning and I am here. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.